Welcome everybody back to another video, and today's video is going to be about roadblocks. It might be common roadblocks. I don't really know if there's many people out there that face the type of obstacles that I face on a daily basis, but maybe you can resonate. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But at least you get some insight on the kind of thoughts, the kind of roadblocks that I face on frequent basis. A frequent basis. And people might handle the things that I go through on a frequent basis differently. They might handle it better. They might handle it worse. Everybody has a different perspective based on their type of roadblocks that they've come across in their life. So, uh, and I also want to just go over just personal and business things, insight on my current life that I'm living in. It almost feels like I'm like writing my own story or I'm like playing a video game. And the only video game that I physically play is Fortnite. I could admit that. I could admit I play Fortnite like a couple times, not often. But life to me is like a video game. And I never want it to be mundane. I always want it to be interesting. That might be a reason why I went the sales route, the entrepreneur route, because it's interesting and you get to meet a lot of interesting people. People are important, and I've learned that people are important, like extremely important, within the last couple years. I've noticed that people are extremely important. I'm glad that YouTube is also, personally, I view YouTube as like a safe place for me because I can share like what I'm going through. I've never done this until this year where I just start sharing, or actually late 2024. So technically last year. But recently, I've just been sharing like things that I've been going through maybe on a daily, weekly, monthly, and also what I've gone through in the past couple of years. And I just think, I don't know who is interested, whoever's interested, they look at my stuff and maybe they resonate with it or not, but I think it's always great to have somewhat of a therapist. And I think the therapist personally for me, I don't really want to speak to like a virtual therapist or in-person therapist, psychiatrist, because I don't know. I mean, maybe it could help. I think mental health is extremely important because if you're not mentally where you want to be, then your world internally can crumble and you can just crash out. And you never want to do that because it's just not healthy. But the more things that you focus on, the more healthy things that you focus on, even the things that you eat, the things that you drink can help you mentally. I promise. That's why I kind of focus. I do focus more of my, more of the things that I eat or drink. I focus more on like the things that are alkaline based instead of the acidic things. Because the acidic things, they're not exactly healthy for you versus the ones that are alkaline and electric. But um, I want to share with you guys that, like, for example, common things that I've gone through. I'm not sure if this has ever happened to anybody, and it's not a big deal, but I think if I haven't gone through so much of the things that I've been going through for the last couple of years, based on like, yeah, so Like me recently, I'm looking at my credit history, and I seen like somebody opened up a Capital One credit card in my name, and it got maxed out. So I'm like, it's $1,000 maxed out credit card that I don't even bank with Capital One. So I'm just completely confused on like how this even got there. Me before, I would have like I would have probably got heated and wouldn't know like what kind of steps to take. I would have been angry and whatnot. But like it happened and I'm just like didn't expect it. One. Two, I'm like, let me just dispute this, see if that works. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't work. I'm really not sure who did that, but nowadays it's almost like you can get a hold of almost anybody's info. Somehow somebody got a hold of mine. Hopefully it can be disputed. Um, and if that doesn't get disputed, then I'll learn how. But it's like simple, basic things like this that happens with the right set of emotional control, self-control within yourself. I think you can do anything. Like you can handle anything. And I'm glad that I've been able to go through a lot over the past couple of years because now when things come and are roadblocks, nowadays I'm not freaking out about it. I'm more like, okay, how can I fix this? Like I'm handling the situation rather than like blaming this, blaming that, complaining about it. I'll just try to find a way around it. So being innovative, I think is important because and creative, having ideas, utilizing AI to also help you with ideas. I think it's extremely helpful nowadays, and that's how you can go from here to here. Like for example, another like example for just being creative and whatnot. My assistant is helping me with like social media and responding to people in the insurance industry in my insurance business that I have going on. So it allows me to also dedicate my time to other things and being more creative. So having things into place like that as well is extremely helpful for you and also other people. More roadblocks. And it never sounds easy at first when you want to have something like a change, for example, hiring an assistant, it might sound like more work or uh something that might just not be easy for people to digest at first, but it seems a lot easier to digest after you made the decision and after you put the play into action. Because now it's like whatever happens after you've took those steps to like maybe hiring somebody, like roadblocks that might come into place, you have no choice but to handle it head on and you can't just go around it. Like you have to get it done. So, uh, so maybe other roadblocks that I've been facing would be, um, I want to say, because I've been journaling, I've been journaling and putting out videos on a weekly basis of my journey through being a successful, profitable trader and like it's going well. I don't obviously expect to be a $1 million trader or a six-figure trader the first year that I'm actually putting in uh like like considering journaling because I think when you do anything, you need to journal. I've never journaled for trading, and I think seeing a report, like a report that you can visually see like how you're doing, no matter what you do, no matter what activity you do, no matter what business you're part of, being able to visually see your results can help you become profitable or more successful once you start journaling and seeing like where you're messing up at. Like if you wanted to be a entrepreneur, um, if you want to be in sales, like anybody we can be in sales. Your parents, your family, your friends, they've tried their whole life. Most of them have tried their whole life to convince you that you need a degree. When I first started in sales in the insurance industry, there's an endless amount of people who have told me, like, why don't you have a degree? Like, why can't your degree be your insurance policy? And, like that is a form of sales. If you're trying to convince somebody to take a certain step, you're trying to convince somebody to take a certain action, go to sleep early, wake up early, like that is selling somebody. You're a salesman. That's sales. I tell my sister all the time, like if you ever hear her tonality, like for those who know my sister, she is, she could be a great salesperson. Like she can be a great lawyer. She knows how to communicate. Like she can personally brand herself. She knows how to communicate with people and like I I want to say convince people or persuade somebody like verbally to take certain actions. And that is a form of sales. I don't know why people have this negative connotation of like being an entrepreneur or being in sales because almost everybody's doing sales. Whether you want to like it or not, most people are verbally selling people on a daily basis. Like you might have a partner, and in order for your partner to have been your partner, you have to conclude that they you have to accept that your partner, before they even were your partner, you have to have done something for, or they have to have done something in order for them to be your partner. You have to sell your partner on why you are the right person for your partner before marriage. You have to sell your child on why they need to go to bed early because they might ask you, hey mom or hey dad, like, why do I have to go to bed early? Reason equals because you have school in the morning. Reason could equal because if you go to bed late, then you're not gonna wake up early. Almost everybody's selling. So as long as people have a reason for why XYZ, then you're selling. Now, in actual sales, as long as you have a winning product, then the product sells itself. You don't even have to verbally sell anybody on anything if the product sells itself, unless they give you some type of objection. But because you're a master at what you do, you're a figure of authority, expert in your field, and enthusiastic as hell, there's no reason why nobody's gonna buy from you. So if anybody's looking to get in sales, it's easy. Anybody can be in sales. Most people are. Even the people that are working a 9 to 5 for someone is virtually in sales. They're already doing it. Because if you just look around at how people are talking to people and persuading to come to the ice cream shop with me, for instance, because it's the best one in town, you're selling me on why I should go with you to this ice cream shop because it's the best in town. Even if it's not, you just sold me on why it is. But um I like and and because like it almost seems like that easy in sales, I think I almost lose the not lose. It's almost like the things that start becoming mundane. I joined I would say I joined entrepreneurship. I chose entrepreneurship so that it's not exactly mundane. And I know leadership would be great. Like, there's nothing mundane about leadership because there's always somebody that has a goal that they want to accomplish that you're going to be helping and whatnot. But the reason why I'm choosing to dedicate most of my time, energy into being a successful trader is because it's always been something on my to-do list that I wanted to cross off. And now that I'm in a situation where I can do do both, maintain the insurance business while also becoming a successful trader, as long as I am disciplined and continue learning, then I can do both. I can be successful at both. But and once I'm able to also become a successful trader, then I can teach other people. And then and only when I become a successful trader, which I document on a weekly basis, my like progress on YouTube. I post a weekly video every week on how my journey through trading is going. So until I become successful at that, only then will I start teaching other people. Because if you take advice from someone who doesn't have what you have, doesn't hasn't accomplished what you want to accomplish, there's no reason to take advice from me or that person who is not where you want to be. So until I can get to that place, then I will be able to teach others. And the entry barrier for day trading or swing trading, intraday trading, investing, it's so low. I don't even want to say investing because there's other like investments that require high capital. So let's just take into account trading. The entry level for trading is super low, so you can get low quality people um to begin, and a lot of them are gonna say like it's a scam and whatnot. But and that's why there's like less than 1% of people probably across the entire world who are not successful at trading is because the entry barrier is so low, but it requires so much emotional control, and there's a good amount of psychology behind it, technicals behind it, where you have you need to you need to be just emotionally detached from the money in order to improve your progress, visually look at your journal in that sector to help you become successful. So like that's the phase that I'm going through right now. I can't just put in so much time, energy, effort, sleepless nights in an industry and not be successful at it. Like I gravitate towards the things that are difficult in life. Muay Thai is difficult. Sales, selling like, product for me was extremely difficult. I didn't know how to communicate um with others. And now that I'm at the point where I've learned, like there's people who are, what is it? I don't know, born closers or something like that. And then there's also people like me who never knew how to even communicate verbally with people. Then you have to learn to communicate. Everything is, you can be like, as long as you're coachable, then you can pretty much do everything. Like, I always tell people I can never be like, I could have never been a doctor or whatnot, but if I put a good amount of time into studying how to be a doctor, studying what they've studied, I can be a doctor. That same with being a lawyer. Like you can do anything as long as you put in the right amount of effort and work and you put in the right amount of time into doing or being someone, you can become that someone. Whatever you believe will come true. And that's why I can't really, if I want to be one of the most profitable traders in the entire world, I cannot put myself in environments where all I'm getting told is that's impossible. Who do you know is a successful trader? Why do you want to trade? Why don't you just focus on what you know? I can't, like, if you listen to that every day, every week, then it's gonna diminish your goal. It could diminish the point of view that you have to be being that successful trader. If I can become, or once I become a successful trader, I can teach others to also become a successful trader. And that'll open the doors for so many opportunities for them and other people down the road. Open up plenty of doors. And it's a skill that not many people have. Like, people have a better chance on being an entrepreneur, becoming extremely successful in sales over being a successful day trader or a successful trader. And that doesn't scare me. I don't know why people think that that scares me. Like it's not, why would I run from that? If anything, I run more towards if something is more difficult than sales or being an entrepreneur. If you look at the top three things that are difficult in terms of ways to generate income, you're going to see professional gambling, you're going to see day trading, and you're also going to see entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, it requires, it's not as difficult as day trading or being a successful professional gambler. Entrepreneurship requires you to dedicate enough time into changing yourself, into becoming a better person, and also understanding your product, understanding your competitors, understanding the rebuttals, understanding the objections that you'll get for your industry. And once you can understand that and servicing people the right way, once you can understand that, then the product sells itself. Like you barely have to even be a salesman. Then that's when like the referrals start coming in. You don't even have to do much. People just know you and they'll just say, look, here's my guy, XYZ. Here's their number. He's gonna help you out. Boom, you got business right then and there. So trading, on the other hand, it requires a lot of emotional control, which I've been developing like a lot of emotional control over the past years. It's actually impressive the amount of emotional control that I've had to overcome, I've had to learn. I never knew that I had this amount of like emotional control, and it just continues to compound. It's like a snowball effect. So I'm grateful for having the people that I have in my life. I'm grateful to have a way to speak to people on the other side like you guys. Like YouTube's like a safe place where I can just share like how I am now. My current ideas, my current maybe goals, um, maybe advice, my current situations that I've gone through or am going through, and that maybe people can learn from whatever I'm going through or resonate with what I'm going through so that you don't have to feel like you're the only one going through something because I think everybody's going through something, you know? Um, but yeah, I mean, helping people hit their goals, um, I think that's helping people hit their goals through trading is going to be difficult, but it does not scare me at all. If I believe that it is something that should scare me, I don't know why people think because I don't know people that are successful traders scares me or like should sway my like path or decision that I'm making long term is like at the end of the day it's your mental attitude. And once if you don't know anybody that is a successful trader, then all you have to do is start meeting them. Like they're around. It's not like it's impossible. Look it up. There's people that are successful at it. You just have to start finding those people. You find whatever you look for. Really though, you find whatever you look for. But um that's my take on, how things are going right now. If you guys had any comments, concerns, comment below, like, comment, subscribe for more. Hope you guys are doing well. And let's let's enjoy the weekend. It's Friday. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend.